Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to make some little alternative page tabs and tabs for tags, or tabs for anything that you like really, using circles. So tabs for your junk journals but using circles, so just a kind of alternative way to do them really. So I've punched out a few circles here, but I'm just going to punch out a few more. So these are from my Rich Damask collection, and this is my original French collection papers, and then on the back I've got this actually backed onto my documents collection. So I'm just going to do some from each side so that I've got a variety of different colours and things to use. So this is my 1.5 inch circle punch, so it's quite a nice size. It's it's a little bit bigger obviously than the 1 inch. So like that, we'll just get a few, because it's good to have kind of different different colors, isn't it? So there's some on the pink side, and then I'm going to do some on the the documents kind of side, just so that I've got a few different looks going on. I'm going to have to cut into this a little bit. Okay, just so as I get this nice texty part. Like that, and then I wouldn't mind a portion of this, so I'm just going to go into there. Obviously this is killing me because I very rarely actually get round to printing double-sided, and when I do, I hoard the papers. But what's happened here is I ran a load through double-sided, and then when they obviously printed off, I then thought, actually, I've now printed off completely the wrong things with the wrong things, if you see what I mean. I'd misjudged when I printed, so I've got like random weird things that don't necessarily kind of go together. Right, so we're going to start with just these. If we get time, we'll obviously do more, but we'll just see how we get on. So I'm going to start by just inking up my circles like so. Obviously it's going to show up more on some of these papers than others. Okay, but they're just quite a fun thing to do, and obviously you can use scraps and things for things like this. I'm using whole printed things, but having said that, they're things that are not misprints, but oops, done that the wrong way. Not misprints, but like I said, I've printed the wrong things on the back, so I'm not going to be able to use them as I'd originally hoped. So, although they're not actual misprints, they're kind of not as usable as I'd kind of first hoped. So just go around the edges of all of these like that. Okay, and this one. Okay, right, and then what we've got here is I've got a selection of different ribbons. So I've got this beigey colour ribbon on my lap, so I might just start with this one. Oh gosh, it's all now tangled around. So all I'm going to do is just take my ribbon. This is going to be what kind of forms the tab part. So I'm just going to cut a few of these ribbons into lengths to use. Oh, excuse me. Right, so we'll do those. Oops, rose colour. I've got more stuff in my lap. And then we'll do some black ones, I think. I mean, I'm just cutting all of these down because obviously it's going to make it much quicker for making the items if we've got like a bunch of things ready to go. So, you don't have to do it like this, but I'm thinking make it nice and fast by just having a load of bits ready. I have got this red. I'm not really too sure that I'm going to be using the red. Well, let's just cut a couple of bits of red, or maybe just one. Yeah, I'm not really too sure whether the red is quite right, but we'll see. I've got this blue, which is lovely, isn't it? Again, I don't know whether I might struggle to use the blue so much, but we'll just, we'll cut a couple of lengths of blue as well, just so we've got some different looks. And then I've got this, which I absolutely love this. It's cream with black polka dots. So pretty and delicate, isn't it? So we'll just cut a couple of lengths of those. Now this is not that thicker. I think it's 2.5mm ribbon. This is, let's see what this is. Oh, it's not even one. Oh, hold on, it might be. Oh, it's like 1 centimetre. So yeah, it's quite thin anyway. So all I'm going to actually do is staple those ribbons onto the circles. So this one, I might just ink this up for a more vintage look. And then I'm just going to staple it on to the circle like that. Oops. Okay. I'm using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Obviously, you know, you don't have to use that if you haven't got one. A normal size stapler would do. You don't have to use a stapler at all. You could use glue. I'm using the stapler because obviously, you know, that's an instant thing. If you use glue, obviously you're going to have to wait for it to dry, unless of course you use a hot glue gun, in which case, you know, that's going to be a lot quicker. But you know, anything that you've got kind of to hand is going to be fine. So I might ink up some of these actually. I was thinking I'd leave them all plain, but the inking did look really good on that blue, didn't it? So perhaps we'll have some inked and some not inked. Just going to see what it looks like on this red. Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. Thinking we'd best have the red really on this one. Yes, I could have it. Actually, it might be okay on here. So I don't know why I'm doing these all to the right, because yeah, I've talked about it before, but I'm right-handed, so for some reason I then struggle to put things off at a different angle, so, or off at a different side. But I'm going to have to do a kind of couple of left-handed ones in a minute, because otherwise that's just really boring, isn't it? And what's wrong with me? Why can't I be adaptable? Let's put this on that green one. Let's put this to the left. See, straight away, I feel kind of like clumsy and weird to go to the left. So, yeah, you really get used to, oh my goodness, you really get used to the way you go, don't you? So this one's obviously just plain black, so it doesn't really matter on this damask paper, because there's not, you know, it's not a directional pattern as such. So anywhere is fine. Let's put this one on here. Well, actually, no, I'm going to use a black one on here because I think that would look really, really good. Yeah. I love the drama of using black things like that. Okay, let's do this one. Oops. Like that. Okay. And then just got these couple of beige ones. I might just ink these up a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to cover up the, you know, the polka dot, because the polka dot's actually really pretty. But just pop that down there. Okay. And then the black ribbon. Oops, black ribbon maybe for this. Oh, have I done them all with black? No, let's do a beige one for this one. Okay. Do love that ribbon, I must say. Okay, right. Oh, like that. Okay, looking good. So then what I've got here is, if you watch my channel, you might remember that I did the video with the rusting of the gems, and we did some paper clips and things like that. We've got the cameos. So I thought, oops, that these would be absolutely perfect for putting onto these little circles. So, and obviously, you know, you could use anything. I'm just thinking, you know, in my mind that these would look really nice. So I'm going to just see how some of these look. Now, I've got some lace here in my lap. Now, I don't know how much this is going to show up behind any of these cameos or gems or anything, because they are quite big. So let's just see how this would look. So, for example, like that. And then we could have maybe that gemstone on there. I mean, how gorgeous does that look as just a little page tab? So we'll just glue down here. Now I'm going to be using my hot glue, and I know I say this all the time, I'm using my hot glue because I'm doing videos. It's the quickest thing to use. Actually, I'm wondering, do I want the gem or do I? Oh yeah, I think I do. It's the quickest thing to use, so I just want to make sure that things are glued and I'm not going to have to sit here holding them. You don't have to use hot glue, you could use, you know, anything else. because I'm doing a video, I just want it nice and sort of instant, so you're not all sat there really bored. I'm doing this really in response to, and I'm so sorry, I do apologise if you're watching my channel now and you were the lady who made the comment. I'm so sorry that I don't remember your name, but I had a response to my sheet music decorative edge strips. Could I do more, you know, like simple page decoration ideas? So I'm kind of thinking, hopefully this is, you know, is another little simple page decoration idea. And of course, the other thing is, you don't have to use what I'm using. So, you know, I'm using, obviously, these are digitals. They're printed on 230 GSM. You don't have to use that. You could use book page here. You could use sheet music, you know, anything that you like. Oh my goodness. I love, love, love that one. That's so pretty, isn't it? Now I'm going to have to just trim this lace down slightly. Otherwise it's kind of like all over everything. And there's hardly any ribbon then left, but just put that one down like that. Yeah, you don't have to use digis. You could use sheet music or something. You could use book page. And if you want to have it thicker, because this is printed on 230 GSM, so it's nice and sturdy, what you could do is, of course, cover your book page or your sheet music, or, you know, not cover that, but lay your sheet music or your book page onto, say, cereal packet or something like that. You know, you really can kind of put it on anything that you like and get a nice robust piece there. So aren't they just gorgeous? And they're just going to look so pretty, aren't they? So let's just do a few more of these. So I'll just take some of my lace and just kind of cut it down, I think. Oops. And you don't have to use, you know, I'm using these metal pieces that we rusted. Of course, you know, you might not have things like this, but what you could do is, if you've got any, I don't know, old earrings or, you know, old necklaces with like pendants and things, maybe brooches, anything like those types of things, you could obviously use in place of these. You know, you don't have to be using exactly what I'm using. You can, you know, adapt and use other stuff. So just put this one down here. You know, I just happened to have these and thought, oh, these are going to look really, really good on here. But you do not have to be, you know, having these kinds of things. You could be using, you know, any old jewellery or anything else that's similar to that. So that's those. And to be honest, might come back and do some more of these using some other things altogether. Because, you know, I think there's such an abundance of things that you could use. I'm just looking behind me because I'm wondering whether I've got my old vintage buttons that we could also use. And now, of course, I can't see them anywhere. I'm not sure what I've done with them. Oh, that's really annoying, because they would have looked fantastic. I might have to switch the video off and go and get some buttons in a minute, but let's do this, that one. Okay, again, just kind of make that lace a bit smaller, just because otherwise I'm sort of covering up, you know, too much of the circle, like that. Okay, so that's a nice blue one, which, you know, just looks good on there, doesn't it? And I mean, how simple are they? They're so simple and so quick and easy, aren't they? But they're just a sort of bit of a different different looking item, I suppose, aren't they? I mean, I love things that just come together with like no effort and barely any materials, you know. Things that just, yeah, you can make an abundance of them in a very, very short space of time using not a great deal of supplies, because then it's, you know, a productive kind of time, isn't it? I mean, some things, you know, or some projects, they become very involved and you have to dig out, you know, every single thing on your desk, or they're going to take you like the whole day to achieve just, you know, a few things. Things like this, they're going to come together very, very quickly, and you're going to make, you know, a ton of them, which is pretty awesome. So there we go. Okay, so yep, let's pop that one down on there. Gonna have to go and grab a couple of buttons in a minute because I can't stop thinking about that now. You know what it's like once you've had the thought, it's hard to then sort of shake it off, isn't it, and think, oh, won't bother. Might put this one on sort of sideways more. Love this colour green. They look so pretty, don't they? So rich and lovely. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Okay. Put that one on. What colour is that? Oh, that's purple. Couldn't tell upside down. It looked like it was possibly black, but yeah, purple. I don't know what that white one would look like. Oh, that's quite lovely, isn't it? It's not always the ones that you expect, is it? That actually are going to look the best, but there we go. I mean, how lovely do they look? Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Right, let me just switch the camera off and I'm just going to grab some buttons. Hold on. Okay, so I've dug out some buttons. I've also just got some other scraps of lace that I had laying around on the desk. So let's just pull in this. Okay, oops, that's too big. You do really need a very small piece of lace. Well, yeah, you only need a very small piece of lace. So keep on cutting it way too big. And then it's like, oh, it's way too big. Right, I have got that black button, I'm not sure. Oh, that's quite a nice one. See what's in here. Oh, isn't it annoying when all the buttons that you want to use have all got the shanks on them? Because the, you know, the shank buttons, they're fantastic for things like dangles and stuff, but they're not obviously brilliant for, you know, gluing down flat, are they? Well, I mean, you know, they don't glue down flat, do they? So not brilliant, but just not usable. So I mean, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I'm not sure if that's the one that's now not going. So oh, I mean, this is like slowing us right down, isn't it? Because I was flying through using those rusted metal pieces, but now we've pulled in the buttons, it's taken a bit more thought and effort to actually find things that go, so it's now really significantly slowed the process down. I mean, that's probably a bit strange having it so tiny. I mean, that's not bad, to be honest. We could have something like that. Yeah, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah, quite like that. And the other thing that I thought is I've got some Martha Stewart butterflies. I always like to keep these ready punched out. Now I have to say, I can't actually see where my Martha Stewart punch is. I'm looking around my room because I thought, oh, I could do with punching some more of them. And you know, I actually can't see it anywhere. I haven't used them for ages, but it was the lovely Laura. So hi Laura, if you're watching, thank you for reminding me about the Martha Stewart punches, because I really love it. Or punch, I really love it. And yeah, I haven't used it for ages, and you're kind of nudging me, made me think, oh, that would be brilliant for this project. And now of course I can't now see it anywhere. I mean, it is in here somewhere, but where on earth is, yeah, the question. Oh, not really got any that now go with this, unfortunately. I can keep out a green one because I can use it on something else in a minute, because I think I've got a green one left. Well, I might not actually. So I mean, that one we could just leave, you know, leave like that. So let's just, oh, I haven't got a green one left. Like, okay, let's just do this, and should we try on? Nope. Oh, I mean, definitely the metal pieces look best, don't they? Yeah, these are not looking as good as I'd hoped at all. That's a shame, isn't it? Thought they'd look really pretty, but I think they're not really, or it might be too many circles, to be honest. Maybe it's too many circles is what's, you know, not looking quite right. I mean, that's not too bad. So let's try that one. I'll just glue this one down here. Like that. And yeah, should we just have that one there? Oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear giggling. So my daughter's got a friend over here, so yeah, they're both obviously giggling away at something. I dread to think what they're actually giggling at, but anyway, I did say they need to be quiet, so they're being pretty quiet, which is all good. All good. Oh, now I've got that hot glue, you know, when it kind of like is drying and then you touch it and it then goes everywhere. So just quickly pick those bits of hot glue off. Okay, not too bad. So yeah, it's not bad, but definitely I'm much preferring the metal pieces, it's got to be said. Now what did I do with the rest of that lace? Here we go. Let's try this one. That's kind of quite nice, isn't it? It's oops, it's dramatic looking. Oh, every time I touch it, it moves. What is wrong with me? Right. Let's just pop this down. Like that. Oh, they're really lovely, aren't they? Now, this one, what are we going to go for? I've got some other lace here, so let's just try this lace. Oops, I'm so sorry. My phone's now ringing. Hang on. I'm so sorry about that. That was my son, and he couldn't get a signal, and then suddenly he obviously did. So his call suddenly came through. Right, okay, so let's carry on. So we're just going to stick this here. Okay. Now I am wondering whether if you did smaller circles with the buttons, maybe that might be, you know, a way of getting them to work. So we'll have a look in a second. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? So again, you know, sometimes, like, I thought maybe the red wouldn't work, but actually it's just putting it with the right piece, isn't it? So putting it with that just makes it look gorgeous, doesn't it? So, and look how quickly we did those. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right, let's punch one. Let's just try one. So I've got my 1 inch circle punch here. So let's try just one as a 1 inch circle with buttons. So, oops. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, was there? For a minute I thought, oh, it's flicked on the floor. Oh, sorry, the girls are laughing now, and obviously that's now set bow off, so apologies for that. Yeah, I thought it had flicked on the floor, and I thought, well, I'm never going to find that again. We'll be gone and, well, let's be honest, forgotten. Gone and forgotten. Lost and forgotten. Right. I think this is not really going to work because the button now might be the entire size of the circle, which is just going to look ridiculous, but let's give it a go. So we've got that one. Let's do a very tiny bit of lace. I mean, like minuscule this time, because obviously this is just a 1 inch circle, which looks really tiny, doesn't it? In this kind of context it's being used in. So if we did that one and let's try that button. I keep on pulling out that same button, don't I? Yeah, determined to use that one, obviously. I was really starving today. I don't know why, but you know, you just get those really starving, hungry days. You know, it was one of those. Which is always really annoying. I'm filming this in the afternoon. I don't that often film in the afternoons. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I struggle to concentrate a little bit in the afternoon, but also the lighting's not so good and things like that. So it's a combination of all those reasons. But so we'll just put this button on and see how it looks, and then I'll bring this up to the camera so you guys can see. Oops. So that's the smaller one. Oops, with the button. It's okay. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think, you know, for me, I'd prefer to stick with the bigger ones with the metal. I thought the buttons were going to look awesome, but they just didn't, if I'm truthful. So let's get the buttons out of the way. If I could find my Martha Stewart punch, I would then quickly print some more. Why do I keep using the word print? Ah, here it is. Hold on. I knew it would have been somewhere nearby. You know, when I was looking for it, I thought, well, I wouldn't have put it somewhere miles away because, you know, I would have kept it handy. Ah, right. And it's brilliant for using, like here, if you've got just odd bits, it's brilliant for using up those little scraps. So, yeah, it's a really great punch. I might do a couple in this neutral colour. Okay. I should just sit while I'm watching TV one night and print myself. Oh, I've used that word again. Not print, punch myself a whole stash of Martha Stewart butterflies because, yeah, I haven't used them for a long time. And so now, of course, I haven't really got any left particularly. And they're so lovely to just have. Right, let's pull in some other paper. So let's do some more circles. Let's do that one. So this is my Paris collection papers. So they're quite new. Well, they're new at the time of filming. I don't know obviously how long it's going to take before this video goes up, but yeah, they're new at the time of filming. So there we go. Right. Maybe if I could just go in here and do a little bit here. I was freezing cold, so I've put on like a really warm jumper. Now I'm boiling. It's one of those silly days, you know, where you just can't quite get right. So yeah, I've gone from being like really warm this morning, really cold, went out to get a few bits, you know, of snacks and things like that for my daughter and her friend. We just went in the car, you know, before her friend arrived. Went to the shop. Oh my goodness, it was freezing outside. So yeah, came back, got even colder when I got back in the house. So I thought, oh, I'll put on a really thick jumper. And now I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm boiling. So yeah, one of those silly days that I just can't quite get it right. So let's just quickly ink up these butterflies. So we'll do a couple of pink ones, a couple of beige type ones, or I don't know, creamy ivory colour. Oh, that's another pink one. They're so cute, aren't they? I'm pretty sure that that punch has been discontinued now. I mean, mine's very discoloured and sort of yellowed, you know, over the years because I've had it for a long time. But yeah, it was a Martha Stewart. Obviously, it's the three butterflies. I know that Laura, she did manage to get one because I used to use it quite often. And then, like I say, I just totally have forgotten really to use it. And yeah, it's a lovely punch. So like I say, I think it's been discontinued, but you might be able to get it on, I don't know, eBay or, you know, Facebook Marketplace or something like that. And if you can, I'm sure you'd love it. You know, I don't use it very often these days, but, you know, using it again now, today, it, you know, it's still a cute punch. So, yeah, if you can get your hands on one second hand, you know, for not too much money, then it's a really nice punch to have. Okay, right, so let's put this, oops, put this on the side. Oh, I'm back to just doing it on the right now. Don't know why, but yeah, I've given up with the left. I think putting it on the left, it was making me not really like them very much. So I'll stick with what I'm familiar with. Put it on there, or we could even go, oh, no, I'm going to just stick with to the right, and probably right way up would be preferable, wouldn't it? Oh gosh, I can't actually see now. Maybe that's the right way up. Who knows, to be honest now. Okay, ooh. Like that. Okay, and then this one. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear them shrieking and laughing. I did say could they be quiet, but I mean, I don't want to be like really miserable and just, you know, telling them off. So yeah. Right, okay. So like that. So we just line this up here, and then we could obviously have another. I mean, that's quite nice on there, but I'll just see what other ones. Oh, what about this? Oh my goodness, that's quite nice, isn't it? Or maybe that one's better on there, actually. Right, like that. You can't really see that lace that much on there, actually. That's a bit annoying. I think I'm covering up, you know, too much of the lace up, or the lace is, you know, is a bit blendy on that background. So we'll put it on here instead. If I just take this one. Or maybe these gems, they've got quite a big background frame. So I think maybe it's taking over a little bit more than perhaps some of the others have. Anyway, that one, and then just put like a little butterfly to the side. Maybe a pink one. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? So, yeah. And again, I'm just using my hot glue. It's just because it's nice and quick when I'm doing a video. You probably don't use, you know, don't have to use a hot glue gun. But, you know, if you've got one, then it's going to make your life easier, because obviously it's going to be nice and quick and easy. But, yeah, completely up to you. You know, I'm sure that wet glue would be fine too. Okay, let's try this lace instead, because this is going to be like much more, you know, patchy and kind of, I mean, that's gorgeous, isn't it? So again, just going to glue the lace down first. Okie dokie. Like that, and oops. Put the green like that. Okay. And oh, that's pretty. I mean, like I say, these butterflies, they're very tiny, but if you're doing anything tiny, I mean, they're perfect for like paper clips and things like that. You know, they'd be just, or they are perfect for paper clips and things. You know, I've used them lots on paper clips. Okay, let's try this one. I can't actually see whether that text is up the right way or the wrong way. Gosh, my eyesight, it's not very good anymore. Right, let's see what other colours I've got. Like I say, I think these have got quite a big base to them, which is what's making it, you know, hard to then see. Oops, see the lace. Oh, I quite like it that way around. That's gorgeous, isn't it? So that lace is very thin, so I don't even need to glue that down independently, because the gem is just going to go down over it and just hold the whole thing in place like that. This one, I might even be able to get away with this sparkly paper, or glittery paper. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? I mean, to be honest, that butterfly looks cute everywhere, but yeah, I think I have it up there. Okay. I don't know what they're doing. Right, there we go. And, oh, is this the last one? Have I done them all now? Oh, that was quicker than I expected. Okay, let's try this bit of lace again. Okay, and just take that down there. I mean, like I said as well, you really do need just a very tiny bit of lace, because obviously these are, you know, they're pretty tiny. They're only 1.5 inch circles, so you don't want to have too big a piece of lace, because otherwise you're just going to cover your entire base up. There we go. Right, and oh, what shall I put on there? I mean, I have got this red one. I mean, like I say, the red or the pearly ones, they've got quite a big base. So I feel like they're, you know, they're taking up a lot of room on there. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that one look? Love that. Like that. And oh, do we want to see if we can have a butterfly on there as well? Oh my goodness, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Okay, just put that on there like that. Oh, that's so cute, isn't it? So I'm just going to pull in a journal and show you how those would look on a page, because to be honest, it's probably quite boring watching me making them. They're not, you know, they're not really different. But having said that, I might come back and make some more of these, but using paper elements instead, because, you know, I'm sure that they're going to look pretty nice with all sorts of things. I'm sure you don't need to just use metal embellishments. So let me just try and find a journal page. Okay, hold on. Right, excuse my bulldog clips and things like that I've got on here, but I just pull this journal in. So we'll just open it up to, yeah, we'll just have it to here. So, and literally you could just pop the circle straight onto the bottom of the page. How gorgeous does that look? Or actually at the top of the page, you could have it onto a pocket. I'm just trying to find something to demonstrate here. Yeah, I mean, this is a kind of bag, you know, paper bag type format, but you could put it onto there and then you could pop the whole thing onto a page. That would be gorgeous. Pop it onto that page. You could pop it onto like the middle of a pocket. Again, with the, you know, the key thing is obviously the ribbon hanging off, that becomes then the tab. So, you know, they're just very cute, aren't they? And just something a little bit different, I think. So, oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous on there? I love that on there. I mean, it doesn't really go with that page, weirdly, but even though it doesn't go, there's something about it that looks really pretty. Right, very strange. I'm not sure what that was about. So let's have a look and see all the ones that we did. And if you like these, I can always kind of, you know, try and make a whole bunch and put them into my shop on my website. So let me know what you think. But yeah, we could always kind of do something like that. So, right, okay. These are all the different ones that we made. And, you know, you really do get some different looks just by the background papers that you use, the coloured ribbons that you use, and then the gems, or, you know, I mean, obviously that button, I'm not quite sure that I feel that worked, but, you know, the gems and the ribbons and things like that. I mean, I'm going to have to pull that journal back in and just show you one or two others that I think just look so pretty, actually, because they look so lovely. I can't resist showing you. But if I just bring this journal back in, for example, this, I mean, oh my gosh, how gorgeous does that look on that page? It's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. Could even have it at the top. That's so pretty. In fact, do you know, I think I will put that on the top. Let's do that. So I'm just going to literally glue down the whole circle and have that ribbon just overhanging slightly like that. And it just, you know, it's another little decorative element. Doesn't really, you know, intrude on what else is going on the page. So here I have got a pocket, but it's, you know, it's still making the page look even prettier. Or if you use just a blank page and put it on there on its own, it would also be, you know, if I just take another one, because yeah, I'm loving seeing how the different ones look. Oh my goodness, I mean, look at that one. So again, on a plain page, isn't that gorgeous? With this one, obviously I've got this on the wrong page, but you know, if you had that overhanging there, aren't they lovely? Oh, I just really like them. So yeah, I really hope that you like them. Let me know which is your favourite one. I quite like the one I just stuck down, I have to say. Yeah, the one I stuck down, or these two, probably my favourites. Although I'm quite partial to these these with the butterflies, they're rather lovely too. So yeah, let me know which are your favorites. You know, let me know and share on the Facebook group and things like that, and maybe on Instagram if you make some of these. You know, and yeah, have fun with them. So thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much then. Bye.